Communications and Marketing, Athens International Airport. Well, first of all, we rely very much on data, on passenger surveys that we conduct on a daily basis, 24/7, 365 days a year. So we tend to pay close attention to the findings and to all the data that we get from our passengers in order to cater for their needs and wants. Very recently, just last year, we had a repositioning project. So there we had all the elements that we needed in order to make the specific modifications, the addition of services, the addition of products that we needed in order to somehow proceed to I would say, a mild, a partial rebranding of the airport. But first and foremost, Athens International Airport is the airport of the city. So we serve Athens as a city, and we try very much to promote Athens as well as a city break year-round destination. A very important role. Actually, in our marketing department, there is a specific section which is called Route Development and Airline Marketing. There is a very sophisticated route development strategy. It's built on eight different phases, and actually attracting airlines or presenting and promoting Athens to the airlines as a positive business case is one of our major and most important tasks. This strategy is complemented with a very generous and sophisticated incentives policy as well, and marketing strategy for our airlines. Well, we started with a pilot project with AI. It was an AI project on emotional engagement. This was a cooperation with a Canadian startup. We started, I think it was 2 years ago, when we tried to detect through an AI generated dashboard the different emotions of the passengers in the different points in their flow of travel within the terminal. This was really a very interesting project because we detected an emotional engagement score which was rather high. It gave us lots of insight on the corrective actions that we had to take. Somehow it substantiated, or should I say it supported, the market survey's findings that we had, and we are planning now to continue on that front, to continue on this AI project within the next months. Well, again, we are very much relying on data. It was something that was very important to us was the fact that indeed Greece as a country responded very well and counteracted against the pandemic crisis very well. There were very coordinated efforts with all the different stakeholders. So somehow Greece as a brand was really elevated through this process. And then of course, as an airport, we try to capitalize on these benefits also in terms of communication. And from the numbers that we are getting, we see that indeed this was something that proved to be very successful. It's worth mentioning that in 2023 we had a record year, so we had an increase of more than 10% versus the pre-pandemic levels of passenger traffic. And now, within the first 10 months of 2024, there is another almost 13% increase versus last year. So communication and overall communication and branding is really very important to us. It's not only just about communicating the airport per se, it's also about communicating and promoting Athens as a destination. This is important to us. First of all, I have to say that being sustainable is one of the airport's visions. We had already announced in December 2019 our intention to be net zero carbon emissions by 2025. So this is 25 years ahead of the target set by the aviation industry, which, as you know, is 2050. Of course, in 2020, the pandemic happened, but this was an investment that didn't stop. we continued on that front. So actually this is the biggest project that we are having at this stage. The fact that by October 2025, through photovoltaic parks, we are going to be producers and self-consumers, and we are also going to store clean energy for the 100% of our energy needs. They will be accommodated via clean energy produced by the photovoltaic parks. Now, this is one thing, and the other thing is how you communicate this to the general public, to the airport community as well, and to all different stakeholders. So there is a very diligent communication strategy on that front. And we are waiting, of course, for October 2025, when we are going to have a very big event promoting the fact that we are net zero.